Greetings. Just thought I'd do another quick video to talk about the John Mousinho and the Bristol City um, saga and try to the latest really. It's dragging on, isn't it? We've been talking about this for a few weeks now. Actually, I remember I wrote an article on May the 1st, which had basically had the headline "Beware Bristol City." So we knew this was coming. We knew there'd be interest in John Mousinho. As it stands, he's still Pompey manager. TalkSport have claimed that he's held talks with Bristol City, and we know that Bristol City will be also talking to other targets as well at this moment in time. So there's no need to fear just at this moment. But it is a concern, isn't it? Because we do know the facts remain that Bristol City twice made approaches to John Mousinho during his time at Pompey, and by all accounts, he turned them down. Well, clearly he did turn them down because he stayed at Pompey. Now, that was under a previous sporting director, Brian Tinian. They now have an incoming sporting director called James Ellis, who's not been announced yet. And he's currently apparently looking at interviewing, identifying candidates for their vacant head coach job. Inevitably, John Mousinho is coming to their thoughts and their attention because, as we all know, he's done a tremendous job at Portsmouth Football Club. And we also know there's not that many jobs around there at the moment for somebody like John Mousinho. But you look at realistically, if John Mousinho wants to move from Pompey this summer, where does he go? Realistically, not really that many clubs. Huddersfield have got a job. Don't really think so. Watford, no, not a chance really. Sheffield Wednesday, Pedersen's still officially their manager, so there's no vacancy there yet. Bristol City, that's it. The only other one is Bristol City. They've got an excellent training ground. They've got a bigger budget. They've finished higher in the league than Pompey, even though it's 7 points higher as well. So there's things to attract him there, even though you could argue they're nowhere near the size of a club Portsmouth Football Club are. The other thing that I think people should consider is that John Mousinho has been at his football club for 3.5 years. I've just looked it up actually. He's the 16th longest serving manager in the Premier League and Football League. 3.5 years is a long time for any manager. We all know football's ridiculous. Managers can come and go within a few months, can't they, these days? So the length of time Pompey have had John Mousinho as manager is extremely long. So perhaps, just perhaps, John Mousinho is not only fed up of fighting relegation battles, perhaps he wants a fresh start. Clean slate, a new challenge. So it's not that straightforward about John Mousinho's Pompey future, blaming the budget, blaming the owners. Perhaps he just wants a fresh start, no matter how much he enjoys and loves the football club. But again, we're just talking hypothetically here, because he is still Pompey manager at the moment. He hasn't gone anywhere. As we saw with Rich Hughes, who supposedly had talks with Sheffield Wednesday, and the Sheffield Wednesday end are very confident they've proven this as well. He's still at Pompey, and they've moved elsewhere. So we'll see how the John Mousinho thing develops. But it's interesting I spoke to Dan Carter at the Bristol Post earlier on today about the situation with John Mousinho. And again, they're having a new sporting director. They haven't announced him yet because they're looking to announce him and the new head coach at the same time. So that's worth watching, really, especially with John Mousinho clearly on their radar as well. But it's frustrating. We're all frustrated by this situation, aren't we, really? Because it's dragging on. And again, as I mentioned at the start, we've been talking about this since the end of April. And it's a saga now, isn't it, really? What's the situation? The other frustrating thing for everybody, of course, is it's close season. People are on holiday. We don't get press conferences. We don't get the chance to quiz John Mousinho on his future. Rich Hughes is away as well, so we don't get a chance to quiz him in the future. We spoke to Andy Cullen in the middle of last week. So naturally, it's a more difficult time. And just to clarify the situation with the press conference and John Mousinho, traditionally, certainly as long as I've been here covering Pompey, I always like to speak to a manager after the season's finished. I remember doing it with Steve Cottrell many years back. And managers are very receptive to that, very kind to that. They don't have to. It's not an official press conference. So it's not an official club event. It's not like a pre-match press conference that's pulled. It's like, why have they done that? It's just something the manager does to help us out. Um, um, and the idea was that the news and Radio Solent were going to speak to John Mousinho, as we have done in previous years, actually, after the season's ended, when he's available, when it's convenient to him, just to talk about the season. It basically gives us a lot of copy for the next few weeks and helps clear up a few things. John Mousinho, after the Birmingham game, he said he's going to be away for a few days in the first week of the close season, but they'll try to sort something out in the following week. No date was pinpointed, no time or place was pinpointed. It was just left like that. And yesterday we were told by the football club that he just doesn't want to do anything at the moment, primarily because he'll get a lot of questions about his future. And boy, he would do get a lot of questions about his future. Don't worry about that. And they just didn't think it served any purpose. So that's that. It wasn't as dramatic as, here's the date, come along, oh no, last minute, no, he's not doing it anymore, he's refused. And it wasn't like that. It's always very informal occasion at the end of the season with John Mousinho. We just say interview him. And he does it as a favour, if anything. It's not set in stone. You don't have to do it. But a number of managers have done it over the years as well. Obviously, Paul Hard didn't do it. But there you go. So, yeah, it's something that we like doing, and that's not happening this season. And the club said they don't see that change in the foreseeable future. So John Mousinho has gone on his holiday last week. He's doing what he's doing at the moment. So, yeah, so we haven't got that press conference. Certainly, that's nothing derogatory about John Mousinho, who's very kind and done it in the past. He doesn't have to do that. Many other football clubs don't do that. So that's the situation there. But it's all a bit of a limbo, isn't it? People on holiday, people away, people switching the phones off, people not answering their phones, things going out left, right, and centre. So yeah, it's a frustrating time because Pompey need to be planning for the next season now. We're still waiting for the retain list to come out, even though it's pretty obvious and very straightforward. We're waiting for news of the deals, hopefully, to keep Connor Ogilvie and Zach Swanson at the football club. So there's loads still to sort out. And no doubt they've sorted out. They're just waiting for things to be signed. But the most important thing is keep John Mousinho to look to the next season and improving on that. So, yeah. Again, I say apologies. I said this yesterday. It's going to be a long summer, isn't it? Really, and again, we're going to be watching what's going on at Bristol City, and also seeing if we can find out any developments from our end as well. So, yeah, unfortunately, not every story can be about John Mousinho at the moment. There's still things going on at the football club, but it's dragging along on a little. I'm just seeing that Alan Chandler, maybe in the minority, but I'm pretty chilled about it. Glad that he stays, but 3.5 years is a long time. He's right, it is. I know it doesn't quite fit the narrative of some who will blame the owners and not giving enough money, which is a fair point. But sometimes managers just want to move on. We saw Harry Redknapp did it to Spurs and another club. Let's not mention that one. Paul Cook did it as well, didn't he? Michael Appleton did it as well. And every time we're sort of saying, is that club bigger? Is that club bigger? I would argue Spurs is bigger than Pompey, certainly. But it does happen. And it's a long time, 3.5 years. And it might be just as simple as the manager saying, I want to change. I want a fresh start. I don't want to struggle against relegation, which I can empathise with. But again, this is hypothetical. We've not spoken to the manager about this. He's still head coach at this football club. So that's it for now. So not much of an update, to be honest. I'm just trying to sort of clarify a few things, talk over a few things, explain a few things really at the moment. And we'll see how it all develops. It could change, can't it? By the hour, by the minute, we don't know. Wesley Frost, I don't really care, to be honest. If he's gone for talks, I don't want him here. Craig Vaughan, if he goes, we move on. Spot on, isn't it? Pompey move on. They've lost really good managers in the past. They do move on, isn't it? Rich Hughes' last 2 appointments as manager have been Rob Edwards at Forest Green and John Mousinho at Portsmouth Football Club. And they've not gone too badly, have they? So Harry Wood, for me, if Mousinho goes to Bristol City, I'll be disappointed. We all will. But at the moment, I keep seeing people saying, Cameron, I was to blame Neil and you know it. Yeah, Cameron, I'm just pointing out that sometimes a manager might want to move on himself. And again, let's not second guess him. Let's speak to him as well. So, and let's not forget also, it's also about the Islanders. They listened to Rich Hughes, who put his name forward, had him as manager, and they've shown him tremendous backing. Lots of owners would have sacked him over the years. So they've actually, they've stood by him as well. Bit of loyalty there. But anyway, when we're getting in an argument with you, Cameron, about the Islanders, we know you don't like them or whatever. So, yes. So, and then like Sam Cunningham, is Pat taking over? I hope not. I don't think Marlon's ready for management yet. Personally, I don't subscribe that every former Pompey player should be manager. Marlon's time will come, no doubt, in the future. He's a hugely impressive person. So we'll see. Joe Ray, who would you like to see replacement if he leaves? He's still here. So let's not talk about that. So yeah. So here we go then. But anyway, that's enough for now. No doubt we'll be speaking very, very soon. So watch your space. Thank you.